So I bought this jacket the other day and it went up in flames. Yeah. It's the last blazer I'll ever buy.
Like, ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like. Hey, ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like.
Hey there, fashion friends. Welcome to today's episode. I'm very happy that you have decided to join me here today. On today's episode, we are talking about something very near and dear to my heart, and that is blazers. Yes. If you've been following me for a while, you know that this gal loves a blazer. Yes. I mean, I've been using blazers for styling for at least a decade, at least. I just love that they basically are a very timeless piece and that you can kind of translate them into a bunch of different styles, really. When you really break it down, blazers are such a universal sort of jacket. Along with that, I love that it can bring that contrast to my more edgier side. So I think there's a lot that I could go into when it comes to styling blazers. So what we're gonna focus on for today's episode is how you can style blazers in a more casual, sort of everyday way versus a more sophisticated, more sort of workwear. Really, we're just gonna be looking at a few different examples of how we can bring in that contrast to different outfit moods that will make it a little bit more casual for your everyday. So there we go. Let's get started. All right, so the first one is the T-shirt contrast. So this, I feel like, is such a timeless, classic sort of approach to bringing in a simple contrast to a blazer. If you want to make a blazer casual, bring in a t-shirt. If you want to make it even more casual or a little bit more edgier or a little bit more of an interest, bring in a graphic t-shirt. By doing this, we've got the scale of the outfit. And so a blazer kind of packs a punch when it comes to like that sophisticated vibe. If we go too sophisticated, it's going to continually put that weight on the sophisticated side. So the idea is that you want to bring some casualness, that contrast, the further contrast on the spectrum that you can, which is like that casual vibe of a t-shirt, will then, you know, bring that scale up and make it a little bit more balanced and even. Because a t-shirt packs a punch when it comes to the casual mood, you can sort of play with the bottom. You could go, you know, a little bit even more casual with like jeans or loungewear, or you could, you know, maybe keep it a little bit more on the sophisticated side or classic style with like a pair of pants or chinos or anything like that. So if all else fails, T-shirt contrast. Okay, the next contrast is jeans. Yes, so again, very similar to the t-shirt, it's packing that punch of the sort of casual mood, but as well as that, depending on the jean, it can also bring a sort of an additional mood of like a sexy mood or an edgy mood, just sort of depending on where you're at. So if it's like a more oversized, baggier jean, you're gonna bring in that edge, you're gonna bring in that boyish charm that's gonna also contrast with the blazer. Or maybe it's that you're going with a really tight fitting, sexy pair of jeans that's gonna bring in that femininity, and that's gonna be another great contrast. So it's another one that's a lot of fun to kind of play with because there's room to kind of change it up. It's not gonna always be the same. It's not gonna always look the same. Whereas when you're pairing like a blazer with like a classic pair of pants, there's not a whole lot of room to kind of play within that. So that's the fun thing about a pair of jeans, is you can really sort of change it up. But again, it's just bringing that contrast. It's the one end of the spectrum to the other end of the spectrum and just balancing out that scale. And the next contrast is loungewear. Yep, loungewear is probably the furthest end of the spectrum from the blazer. So they're a great counterpoint together. And I'd say what's even more fun about this contrast is that it is a little bit more brave or kind of trendy in a good way, where it is going to kind of elevate the look a little bit more because not everybody is brave enough to go loungewear with sophisticated. So I definitely think it brings in that bit of interest, it brings in that edge, and definitely brings in that elevation. For me, I absolutely love like an oversized blazer with like a legging because it's those two contrasts playing together, the casual, tight-fitting feminine legging, then combined with the more boyish charm of an oversized like boyfriend blazer, but you still have that sophistication. So to me, that's just such a fun contrast, very chic, very elevated. This is definitely one that's great for every day. What I love about this as well is it's especially great for, you know, those moms, you know, the pajama moms they call them, I think, or like loungewear moms or leggings mom. I don't know what they call them, but basically moms that love to live in loungewear. So if you are one of those moms and you're kind of feeling like you want to, you know, punch it up a little bit, this is a great tool. If you're wearing the loungewear all day and you're headed out to run errands, you're headed out to school pickup, whatever it is, throw on a blazer, throw on a really cool, just oversized blazer, and it'll instantly elevate that look to, you know, another level of style. So versus choosing just like a, you know, basic conventional jacket to go with, choose a blazer and it'll just definitely bring in that contrast and definitely bring in that extra bit of style. Okay, so there we have it. Those are 3 examples of sort of different outfit moods or style moods that you can put with a blazer to make it more casual and easier to wear every day. The biggest little rule of thumb, if you want to wear a blazer casually every day, is just thinking about that contrast. Like, how can you sort of bring the sophistication down a little bit? What can you bring in to sort of contrast that and balance out the scale? If you're going with like a turtleneck with the blazer, think about what you're gonna put on bottom to make it a little bit more casual. You know, whether it's jeans, maybe it's like a cutoff short, maybe it's leggings, maybe it's sweatpants, whatever it is, but just always kind of thinking about what can I bring in that's going to kind of die that down a little bit. A lot of people love the idea of blazers, but aren't quite sure how to approach blazers. So definitely comment below and let me know if there's something specific you're wondering about for styling. All right, my friends, that is it for today's episode. If you enjoyed it, you know what to do. Give me that thumbs up, comment below, share with your friends, and subscribe for future weekly episodes, and click the little bell to get notified when I post those new episodes. If you really, really, really loved this episode, shoot me a little super thanks down below. It's the little heart with the money sign in it, and that really just helps me out. So I really appreciate that extra support if you're able to. If not, no worries. I just appreciate you being here with me. All right, you have a wonderful, beautiful rest of your day. Stay healthy, stay safe, love and support each other, and we will definitely be chatting soon. Bye.